Can you tell me what comes first? Is it the client's wants or is it what the client actually needs?
It is at the end the brand guidelines, definitely yes, but you have to understand the person that you're speaking to and work for the brand accordingly.
That must require a lot of patience, and you don't look like the guy who has a lot of patience.
I am the most impatient person, honestly, but this job of mine has taught me a lot of patience.
So, at your organization, where do you actually come in on the approval level? Or are there creatives that go to the client without you having a personal involvement in the project?
I come into picture when there's something very tricky that we are doing, something that new we are doing. If the client is very new.
Don't you think your knowledge and your wisdom over the past 15, 16 years, whatever you accumulated, is more valuable than any course that is available online?
So my wisdom will only be limited to what I have done. Wherein the industry tomorrow will also teach me something.
Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of All About Marketing. So today for my first guest, I have Akshay with me, who is an entrepreneur and who started his own agency called as Bombay Media.
Hi, All About Marketing, people All About Marketing. So this is my first podcast, and so I'll tell a little about myself and Bombay Media. So Bombay Media is a digital agency started in the year 2020. And not the best year to start, but then we did, and we have been going strong since the inception. And this is my second digital marketing startup. First was Break Free Media, and which was dissolved very soon, but this is the second one, and this has been going strong. And let's see what this podcast gives you from me.
Actually, let's quickly get on to the question, why the name Bombay Media?
This is a question which my team also asked when they joined, because it is not the name which you will hear from the cliched agencies. They'll add some adjective to the name and then media. Why Bombay? Because we are born here. I am born and brought up here. Other Bombay and our work, the digital, is very similar. Both the things are fast. Both the things are very dynamic. Both the things will never let you sleep. That's why the name Bombay Media. It matches the place, the name, and the work that we do.
In your entrepreneurial journey, you've chosen marketing as your core forte and you've explored that. So, like you said, you started off at 2020, not a good year to start, and you still went all ahead, took that risk and started this. So, do you take the same kind of risks in your marketing activities and come up with out-of-the-box ideas?
Absolutely, as in whenever it's possible we do. That also depends a lot of what clients want. So the risks are absolutely yes. We take decisions that are not always comfortable for the clients as well. Sometimes we suggest ideas that are always out of the box. We suggest strategies that are always different from what their competitors or their comparable brands are doing. Risk, yes. Without risk, there's no winning.
Keeping that in mind, now can you tell me what comes first? Is it the client's wants or is it what the client actually needs, and where does the gap actually form, and what are the solutions that we can provide as marketers to them?
So I guess it is a very interesting question. I guess understanding a client is not understanding a brand first. It is understanding the person who you're dealing with. But that person will have the understanding of the brand. That person will give you the understanding of brand. But at the end, you have to also please that person who knows the brand and who runs the brand. Most of the time, we deal with the owners as well. The first point of contact for a lot of businesses or the clients that we manage are the owners. So at the end, the owners are very emotional about their brands. When it comes to dealing with the owners, you have to understand the psychology of the owner and the emotion that the owner holds for that company. When it is the other way, if you are handling a big brand and you have a marketing manager who you deal with, he's not the owner of the business. He or she will go by the books. This is how it has to, this is how we have to do it. Then the whole conversation and the whole formula that you apply changes for both the sets of people that you are dealing with. It is at the end the brand guidelines, definitely yes, but you have to understand the person that you are speaking to and work for the brand accordingly.
That must require a lot of patience, and you don't look like the guy who has a lot of patience.
I am the most impatient person, honestly, but this job of mine has taught me a lot of patience.
So you said there are two different categories of clients. One is a home-owned business. The second becomes a grown brand.
Grown
right?
brand, yeah.
So now let's talk about the grown brand, and you must have seen a lot of advertising campaigns over the years. Is there any particular campaign that has particularly touched your heart and left an impact? Okay, so this is going to stay with me forever.
So there are many, but I will talk about one because that was one of my initials, and I was all alone on that. So we all must have heard about Square Yards, the property consultants and the brokers. Square Yards launched in the year 2014, and they came to us for a social media and overall digital launch. And back in 2015, we started working for them. And I had that hunger to do something very different because I was following housing way before we got Square Yards. And housing was on top of all the communications, be it outdoor, be it digital, be it everywhere. You'll see housing everywhere, the lookup campaign. So I was very much inspired by how housing grabbed all the eyeballs. Definitely it took a lot of money to them. But I want to do something edgy without money, but very creative for them. So for Square Yards, for the period of 3 months, I designed alone all the campaigns. All the campaigns are very creative. So there was a campaign of what if Bollywood characters went on home buying and so on. So these were campaigns that were loved by the client as well and got approved in one shot.
So who do you think? So now we have various levels of approvals, right? Let's
Absolutely
say,
correct.
Starting from the in-house team, the creative guy makes something based on a brief. Now the next level of brief would be the design head or the creative head who's gonna quality check it and see if all the parameters of the quality has been met. The next level of QC goes to an account manager or a client services person who's going to service the account.
Absolutely.
So at your organization, where do you actually come in on the approval level? Or are there creatives that go to the client without you having a personal involvement in the group?
So we are very compact at the moment. We don't have a luxury of a design head yet.
Okay.
There are designers who are good at their work, and there are account managers there who are good at their work and who are good at servicing the client as well as judging the creative good, bad, ugly. I come into picture when there's something very tricky that we are doing, something that new we are doing. If the client is very new, I will be involved in creatives for the first 3 months. After that, I will train the team and accordingly they will take over.
Okay. So it's you who sets the client expectation with your team, or do you let the team walk that journey and have the same understanding that you did?
My idea was to always have a very young team. So all the people, our average age is 23.
That's really young.
Yes, it's really young. So a lot of them are here with their first experience in agency. A lot of them are coming here with 1 year of experience and they have joined us. So they may not, till the time with the experience that they have, or the fresher will not understand the client's requirements. They may not know how important or how urgent a few things are. They will have to be taught. Okay, this is very important for the client. This is something very important for the business. And this is their client's business. We are not creating a graphic for them. This is their business. It impacts their business, positive, negative, anything. So my job is to hold them for the first 3 months with the new client. And I have seen that they walk their own path after you have spent that 3 months with that client. After that, there's no intervention. There's no intervention only if there's something new that comes up. There's a new requirement.
Now that we're talking about new clients and all that, it requires a certain amount of effort, right? A development that goes into creating a proposal, a pitch that we present to the client, right? So once, once we get the brief or let's call it a prospect.
Correct.
That comes in, right? What do you think the necessary steps are into that goes in Bombay Media when they're running after or chasing a prospective client?
So I am the only person who is doing BD at the moment. I have been looking for a good BD guy. If anybody is up for it, please send me.
Please.
Yeah. So yes. So BD has been done by me, but we have been very fortunate to have collaborations with other agencies which has helped us get business regularly. But BD, yes, we have been doing till the time cold calling. We have done some paid marketing as well. But when it comes to a prospect, how to deal with prospect and how to approach and close it. So I will tell how I do it personally. I understand what exactly the client needs first. I take that from the person on mail, WhatsApp, not verbally, but mail or WhatsApp, something which is written, and what is your long-term and short-term goal. If I think I can help this client achieve his or her short-term or long-term goal, I'll approach the client. If I think something that the client has said, okay, I want this, can you deliver? If I can't, I will say no. Because I don't want the client to have a bad experience with my agency name. If I am not able to deliver something at this moment, I will say directly no, or I will pass on to my part collab agencies. Yeah.
What do you think in this journey has taught you? Is it a brand perception that is bigger or a business that is bigger? In terms of revenue, I'm talking about. Would you emphasize on Bombay Media's name being as clean as possible versus having a bottom line?
So the brand will always get business, but business is very important. So it has to be very much balanced according to me. But for a startup, business is definitely important. You first earn money, then run after brand building, I guess.
Who do you think, when we talk about marketing, there are various roles, right? We start from a BD. Let's start where the client comes from. Then you have a project manager or an account manager or a client servicing person. Then you have your designers. Then you have your copy functionality. Then you have your back office. Then you have your ADs and production and all of those people.
Absolutely.
Right? Who do you think plays the key role of driving things?
So I will not pick one role and say this person plays a key role. So how I see it is a playing 11. So when you see a football match, you get one red card, you are 10 men down, the whole structure will change. Same for the agency as well. If you are playing 11, if any one of the piece is not on their top form at that moment, you will lose the match. Same, this is my philosophy.
So now, do you think from having that conversation, then who should be the ideal person to lead such an assignment? So now, like you mentioned the football match, you obviously have a captain. Right?
Absolutely,
you obviously have a coach, you have a manager. Now, someone devises a plan and sets things into motion, right? Who do you think in regards to advertising, who should that be?
So this is very broad, I guess. An account director is somebody I feel is the guy who will drive everything. An account director or a business head of that particular business. Now we have multiple business under digital as well. This is social, SEO, video, and so on. So business head of that vertical should be responsible for the whole team playing well and also the client success.
So let's take one brand for example, not the overall business. So let's say you have one brand. So in that case, now if we go by levels, an account director will always have juniors who is going to be an account manager or a cluster head.
Absolutely.
Or people like that, right? So on that level, a single brand custodian would be a client servicing person.
Correct.
So do you think in that regards, the client servicing role, it is to actually prepare and have a roadmap to drive things end to end with other people's support? Do you think the accountability lies with that?
It does. So I feel accountability lies with all the people who are then engaged in that one single account. The same accountability should be with the copywriter, should be with the executive, should be with the designer as well. So if my client servicing person understands the brand's completely, he or she is speaking to the client on a daily basis, she understands okay what is the requirement, and then the person is passing on. But when the information has been passed on, the guys should have that emotion of the responsibility. Okay, I will have to be responsible for this one.
Support should be there for the
absolutely yes. Until and unless the last person is not having that responsibility in the mall, it won't be a success. Even the intern working on an ORM, so we have interns for ORM. If that person doesn't understand that this is very important for the client today, you will never have success.
In our sector, I think our sector employs the most number of
talent,
interns, right?
Yeah.
We have interns, we churn interns, sometimes we recruit them full time, having provided them with adequate training. Absolutely. And all of those things, right? What do you think their contribution is to the whole ecosystem of advertising and marketing?
So as an intern, if coming with the right attitude, definitely they are the future. I mean, we also started as an intern. I was an intern at my first organization. I did 3 internships, and the last one gave me the full-time opportunity. This is how we all started. But as an intern, if the person comes with the right attitude to learn, to work, to progress, we have a record of hiring 90% of our interns full-time. And we also, when we hire, we tell them, if you perform well, you will be hired full-time 100%. If we think, okay, you are not a good match to our organization, we will have to cut ties after 3 months. But as an intern, it is very important for our industry to nurture them as well for the seniors. it is our responsibility to nurture them because they are definitely new to it. Because when I was an intern, I know I was nurtured. I was nurtured by a very good person in the organization, and that's why who I am today. It started from that zero.
Now that you brought up the topic of seniors, as you and I are,
Absolutely.
what do you think the difference is between when we were interns versus the upcoming interns that are coming?
It's a generational change, I guess. So we are 90s. We were born in families where a lot of families were at a survival stage, I would say. They will work day in day out. They will not leave a job for 30 years, and they will work for their employers, and they will struggle to make the ends meet. Now this generation is all about standard of living and luxury. So their parents have done that. They don't need to do that. They don't need to do the survival. So these guys, not all of them, definitely, and there's still people who are still struggling to meet their ends. A lot of them are very say not serious about, sometimes not serious about what they are doing. Okay, they're like, okay, ठीक है, काम है, नहीं चला, कुछ और कर लूँगा. That's the
Do
attitude.
you think they have the talent to beat us and outgrow us of what all things that we've done? See, we are seeing a lot of that in the tech space, but in marketing, it's been a while since we've seen great campaigns that we actually look to or study as a case study, or for that matter of fact, make an example or a benchmark out of, right? So, do you see that talent disparity in the industry now?
It will happen, definitely. I mean, if we say they won't outperform us, that's wrong. Every new generation outperforms the later one. We had done as well. I'm not sure, not all of us definitely, but definitely we do it. It is a cycle that's gonna keep running. That's a cycle. They will do it. I mean, they're definitely a very great mindset. Plus, they have more avenues to explore compared to our generation. I mean, we never had so a lot of content creation happening around us when we started.
Now that you bring up content creation, do you think it could overtake marketing as a key component? Now, because giving you an example, we all are driven by media. There are
Absolutely.
television, radio, all of that. That was the first generation. Then we had digital.
Absolutely.
Now we had an entire segment that we used to do creatives on social media and all of those things. Now, slowly and gradually, it is all getting replaced by these content creators in their specific field. You have fintech influencers, finance influencers, or real estate influencers who are coming up. Normal products influencer, lifestyle influencers, right? So, is it possible one day that they'll drive marketing with their content, and you and I will be out of a job?
It's gonna be hand in hand, but the trust on these influencers of the audiences is now growing because the decision making is happening on what they say. A lot of micro influencers are also very impactful when it comes to changing the customer's mind and what decisions they have to make. And I don't think so. We will definitely be out of the game. I mean, they exist because we do. Because they definitely.
You're saying I don't have to look for a new job or a new.
Absolutely not. Why should we? So we just have to be evolving in nature. As the ball rolls, we have to see, okay, what part of content or what part of marketing we have to now focus.
I mean, then I'm gonna switch my careers to do full-time content now. I'm also.
So I thought of the same thing in 15 while I was watching Bhuvan Mam. Like आज अभी कर लेते, but Bhuvan Mam ने पहले ही कर लिया है. उसके बाद लेकिन लाखों आ गए.
So you're saying there's no need for it. Even if it happens, it will happen at a gradual speed.
It will. I mean, the projection says for the next 10 years, the content creation influencer marketing is big for India.
Okay.
But everything's gonna be hand in hand. I mean, there's no. We can't write off marketing. Obviously not.
Fair enough. Now, do you think with the inception of all the AI tools that have come out with the introduction of ChatGPT, then Midjourney and all of these, do you think our ability to create something from scratch will diminish as we keep on using these tools?
That is very personal, I guess. It depends on how exactly the person is using the tool. So these tools are enhancers and not reliable. We cannot be reliable.
Completely reliable.
Absolutely not. That's a threat to the organization if the whole team is relying on ChatGPT for the copies or for the graphics or any video or any editing. I mean, it's a very huge threat. If you are relying on that, it is an enhancer. It will help you. to get your work done faster. You have to use that tool smartly for that purpose. You can't rely on that tool कि आज मैं copywriter सबको fire कर देता हूँ, आज से copy तो account manager लिख लेंगे. No.
Okay, so now that you've said that you can't rely on it, but it can help us, right?
Yep.
So to know exactly how it is going to transform us, should we actually put in an effort to understand what is the command or what is the prompt that we should give? Should it be a separate training and a skill set that people should have these days to what do you say,
Understand the AI
and level the competition?
Absolutely, yes. I guess I am beginning the training myself in the organization to understand how to use the AI, because now it is on in the open. Okay, AI आ गया, chat GPT आ गया, भाड़ AI, लेकिन use कैसे करना है exactly for our work? आ गया ठीक है, there are definitely many tools after the chat GPT introduction. How to use it for our pace of the work? That training definitely has to happen, because a lot of people are running in the dark.
So now that we are on training also, what do you think is, now there are a lot of marketing models and everything that exist out there, right? How much do you think you as an entrepreneur can instill in your team? Because obviously you will have limited time because you're running a business, right? So what do you think about all the trainings and everything that happens in over to the brand side as well as the agency side? What do you think should be the volume or the quantum of that happens on a monthly or a regular basis?
So it should be regular, absolutely yes, because we are in the most dynamic business. Digital marketing is changing every single day. You snap a finger, there is a change in algorithm of the Instagram and Google platforms. So what I promote is we use a lot of online training courses to upskill our talents. So we have been using Udemy, we have been using there's one more, I forgot the name, the black logo, sorry. But we have been using those tools, and we have been taking up courses for them, for all the team members, and upskilling them. It has benefited us, definitely yes. But mostly we have upskilled the copywriters and the account managers and the executives. For designers, we still have to start that.
Don't you think your knowledge and your wisdom over the past 15, 16 years, whatever you accumulated, is more valuable than any course that is available online?
So my wisdom will only be limited to what I have done, wherein the industry tomorrow will also teach me something.
Yeah.
What I have learned, definitely I have passed on. But something new that has to happen, it has to happen from how evolving the nature of the business is.
So the point I'm making is...
The basics definitely can be taught, or the fundamentals, the roots of the management, the roots of the client success can be taught. But something that is new in the industry, not like ChatGPT. We were never introduced to ChatGPT. I mean, AI is something new for the whole world. That has to be taught. That has to be taught to us as well, and that has to be taught to the team as well.
Fair enough. Now, think about it. Your practical experience will always trump theoretical experience that they are learning over a video.
Absolutely, yes.
So case studies or examples that you personally have faced will have a better impact from a learning perspective for them to take inside, because it has actually happened.
Correct. Like I said, fundamentally, absolutely yes. When fundamentally we have faced 200 clients, we have been bashed by a few as well. We know when the client is gonna fire, we know when the client is gonna get converted, we know everything. We understand that
these programs will never teach.
Absolutely not. No theory, no guru can teach you on a video call or on a PPT. Until unless you speak to the person, you sit with and you share experiences, nothing can be taught with the PPT.
What do you feel about then all of these master classes that these so-called influencers and content creators are?
So I also fell for one during the lockdown period, because we had a lot of time to spare. And honestly, as I thought after the class, I should have drank a few pints of beer with that money. Honestly.
So, which was the master class that you
I will not name. Very famous one.
Fair enough. I took a cooking class, it was great. Yeah, now whatever I make gets burnt. Apart from that, would there be any key pieces of advice that you would like to give these new upcoming youngsters into the marketing domain? If they should choose it, or why they should choose it? If yes.
Accountability is the key to everything. If you're accountable for the work that you're doing, you will win everything. if the taking responsibility is the first quality that the person should have, doing whatever in the life, not just the office work, do anything. If you want to achieve something tomorrow, if you don't have responsibility of doing X thing, you will definitely never achieve that. One is the accountability, the responsibility. Other is never stop learning. A lot of people come with the attitude, okay, I have done this course, I have learned this 1 year crash course, I had no Google ads and I can do everything. That's exactly not how it works. It is exactly opposite of it. The Google algorithm or any other platform is gonna change every single day, and you're definitely gonna learn every single day something new, and be open to it. Never be with an attitude कि okay मेरे को तो सब आता है, अभी तो कुछ सीखना नहीं है, मैं तो ये कर सकता हूँ. Definitely always be open to learning, always be open to something new when it comes to the platform, the people, the clients, everything. Every client is a new experience. We celebrate our clients on Teachers Day because they teach us the most.
So would you recommend marketing to these youngsters?
Absolutely yes, why not?
Why?
So recommending marketing, personally if you ask me, I have enjoyed it. That is why I will recommend. It is a super roller coaster. A super roller coaster. You will spend nights in the office, you will spend creating something new. And nothing gives you joy more than creating something new from your thoughts. Once that piece of content is out and it has been loved by people, the best day of your life. Honestly.
So just get on board to marketing and make things viral.
The era of making things viral. Anything can go viral.
I know, if you want we can take it off record, but do you have a secret to make things viral?
There's no secret to going viral. Just consistency. Be aware of your surroundings, be aware of what people want and what you can deliver. Awareness is very much important, because the content creation, a lot of content creators are doing content because they have to, because they think okay मेरे को content बनाना तो मैं बना रहा हूँ. Awareness of what your audience will need and what you can deliver is missing. Once both will marry, the best content will come up, and that's the viral recipe according to me.
So Akshay, because of time limitation, we'll have to end or wrap this episode up. I hope to see you once more with your insights into the advertising world and system and how it has evolved in India in the coming episodes. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for entertaining.
Thank you so much for having me. This is my first podcast, and I think it will go good. Went good. Let's see in the edit.